YouTube, what's shaking, homies? Today, we got the Sweetle by Chris Neff. Now, this is a freaking spin top made by the world champion himself. Now, I believe this is 3D printed in PETG or PETG, as you want to say it, which is an awesome 3D printing filament type. It's very durable. It's got a slight, it can take impact. It's got it's not like rubbers. Think of it like a hockey puck. Like a hockey puck is technically made out of rubber, but it's super hard and crazy durable. PETG is a similar type of material. Oh, whoa. This thing is freaking sick looking too. Okay, so it's like freaking like watermelon colors, like pink, yellow, and green. Three of my favorite colors. It's 3D printed, actually really nice. It looks like it's 1 millimeter layer height. And that being said, probably took a while to print this thing. Now it'll also come with several things, as I'll show here. So we got this awesome handmade string, which is, I believe, cotton string. And then we got this little 3D printed button with 2 ends on it for Neff and I believe Norris. I believe his buddy, I think his name was Joel Norris, is the guy that taught him how to 3D print. And they've been really doing this project together. So it's the two of them's creation. So then we also get another string with pink. Oh, this one's cool. Check this out. So he printed this one color on the bottom, and then the top, the last couple layers he printed blank, so they show through. Very, very cool on that one. I'm really, really digging that. Okay. Now, let me show you some stuff just from their website right here. It says, the Sweetle's here for you. If Goldilocks had a spin top, well, this would be it. Not too big, not too small, and it can certainly hand up to a few bears. The Sweetle is an oversized spin top with a bearing that is easily converted into a fixed tip. I'll show you that in a minute. The PETG body, that's the type of filament once again, a stainless steel tip, and a shock-absorbing O-ring under the lower bearing make this an extremely durable skill toy. The Sweetle is a no-nonsense workhorse for all levels of skill and great transitions out of the yo-yo size tops and onto the bigger and better things without being too intimidating. And then they just give directions and stuff. Okay, now it looks like here this is another another type of button, I believe, as far as I know. Not quite sure. Oh no, you know what? I bet this is for grabbing. Is this for grabbing this? I bet you that's what that's for. Yeah, I bet you it's for grabbing that if you need to make adjustments on the inside there, on that nut. Now, if you want to make this fixed tip, all you got to do is you take this little thing. This is called their Neff nut, which is also 3D printed in PETG. And you just put that in there. Bada bing, bada boom. And you just hold it still with your finger, screw in the top, and now it is a fixed tip top. I'm not like that great, so I actually prefer bearing tip. I'll do a little bit of both, but we're gonna start off with bearing. So I'm gonna just take that off for now. And very, very cool. Yeah, and if you need to hold, get extra grip or anything, you can fit that right on there. And very, very cool. Wow, this thing is really it's full-sized without being too big. It's definitely bigger than your Stromalate tops. It's about as tall as a Duncan Bearing King, but much wider. And it looks, it looks really freaking cool. I mean, I just can't get over how freaking cool it looks with all those, all the different colors the way it is. Now, they do have an O-ring on here, so I believe it is 2 stacked bearings. And then there is actually an O-ring washer there. So let's see if you guys can see this. So you can actually push this in a little. You see that? Okay, so one thing with a lot of tops like Duncan Bearing Kings and stuff, when they slam onto the concrete or onto just the hardwood floor or whatever, when you drop it and they slam directly, a lot of times this smashes into that bearing and it'll either knock the shield off the bearing or dent it in. Sometimes it can knock ball bearings loose, or sometimes it'll even take a chip out of the plastic. I've broken 2 Duncan Bearing Kings in in the 15 years I've been playing yo-yos, playing tops, and yeah. But this, it absorbs that shock. And PETG, once again, is a very, very strong filament, much stronger than ABS or PLA, and we're super excited that and it's a little more expensive filament too. These retail for $65. Just seeing the craftsmanship before I even play with it, I'm gonna tell you, I think it's probably worth the money without that, without even trying it. but I guarantee it's going to be good. So, yeah, enough talking about it. Let's go check it out. But let me, real quick before, let me also show you, there is also, this is the regular Sweetle. And there's also a Sweetle LED. As you can see here, it lights up on the Nef nut. You can attach a little LED light. And then instead of being printed in this opaque filament, it'll be printed in a translucent filament. So very, very cool. So yeah, let's go throw it up and see what happens. Alright guys, we are all strung up here, so let's start off with some bearing play and see how she goes. Okay, very easy to throw. Also, very, very easy to correct the tilt. As you can see, it is spinning very, very smooth. Let's see how it feels on the string here. Yeah, this tip locks on the string like crazy good. Yeah, and very smooth and very long spinning, I must say. Oops. Yeah, it was spinning so fast it was hard to catch the thing. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, Chris actually adds some, you see there's some little putty right there, it's kind of hard to see, the little circle. He adds a little spot of putty to help balance it. He'll test it and play around with it and feel where it plays the best. Now, you might want to make sure you don't get this like in your really hot car or anything, because that putty might move. Or one thing you can do, take the putty out, put a marker where it was, and then put it back. So whatever does move, you'll know where to put it. Really, really impressed so far. First throw, felt great. Yeah, I was really impressed with how sharp the tip is, how well the tip stayed on the string there. It felt like totally effortless. Like I haven't played tops in like 6 months, and that trick was so easy to do. Let's see how a corkscrew goes, but so far this tip is really impressing me. The whole top in general, but the tip is like the way that the string just latches onto it. It feels so nice. Yeah, see? It just like, I never have to worry about it coming off at all. Like it's very long spinning too, and it feels very smooth. For being 3D printed, I'm really impressed on how smooth it is. Because I've played around with 3D printing my own spin tops and 3D printing my own yo-yos, and literally they always turn out like I don't know, they just feel like no matter what I do, there's always more vibe than I want. And this feels really nice. Like, I'm really impressed with this. Yeah, the tip is very, very easy, whether you're scooping it up off the ground or whipping it out of the air. Like, this tip feels so nice. But yeah, the whole top in general feels really nice. I really like the size of it, especially for doing what I was just doing there. It's very easy to hit it out of the air when you compare it to something like, I normally use the Strommel 8 tops, and just being slightly bigger, but not too big, really makes those type of tricks feel a lot easier. Let me go through, I'm gonna go screw on the Nef nut, and let's see if I can do a fixed tip trick or two for you. Alright guys, we used the little Nef nut as well as that 3D printed attachment. Got it all set up for fixed tip play. Here we go. Okay, throw is just as easy, fixed tip, as it does bearing tip. I only know how to do a couple of fixed tip tricks, so this part's going to be nice and short and sweet. So that right there was a trick called a wire walker. Now if you do the same thing with a bearing top, it'll do a completely different trick, a gyroscopic flop. So spin tops are, they're a little different. Like the way I see it is like a bearing tip and a fixed tip top. They're almost like two different skill toys. So it's really good when you have one like this that you can convert to one to the other, but really, really good when it feels just as nice. Now let me show you what I mean. Like, first off, it's just as easy to throw it bearing as a fixed tip. And also look at how smooth it is. Like, it is dead smooth. So, you know, it's weighted really good. It's really nice and smooth. Whether you're a fixed tip spin topper, you're a bearing tip spin topper, you're not going to want to miss out on this. One, it's made by the freaking world champion. Like, the world champion is not going to make a bad spin top, obviously. Like, you know, obviously, like, every yo-yo that Gentry Stein designed, pretty good. Every yo-yo that, you know, Evan Nagao designs, it's pretty good. You know, it's the same thing when it comes to spin tops. It's the freaking world champion not only designs it, makes the thing himself. Like, it's gonna be freaking good. I'm a huge fan of Chris Neff. I actually learned how to yo-yo from Ken's World on a String. That was like, back then we didn't have videos, and then the first, like, I had to learn on, like, it was like pictures, you know, and it was terrible. It was impossible. And then eventually, this How to Be a Player VHS came out, and Chris was in it, and it was literally like how I learned how to yo-yo. So, I can't believe that it's come full circle, and now one of like my biggest idols is actually sending me stuff to check out. So this is $65, $70 if you want the LED version. If you're into tops, don't miss this thing. I have all the Strommel 8 tops. I have a shitload of tops. And this is like by far my favorite one. I'm no pro at spin top. I'm hardly a pro at yo-yoing. But this thing is freaking dynamite. Like, and it is really freaking super durable. Like, I just threw it at the camera there. Not even worried about it. It's totally fine. Like, you could drop this thing a shitload of times and it'd probably be totally fine. I would avoid concrete if you can, but if not, it can probably take it. So, thank you guys for watching. The links will be down below. Thank you, Chris, for sending me this huge honor to feature something of yours on my channel. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support. Once again, links are down below. Always like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please check out my new Facebook page. I just post these type of videos on Facebook. Now Facebook is monetizing videos too, so I'm trying to get on over there. So hit me up over there, help a brother out, and I'll see you later.